right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning on this Sunday morning. December 7th. Glory be to God. Let me see if I can put some music on here. So, good morning, good morning. God bless you. Hope you are doing well. Hope you are doing well. God bless you.
I'll play your game. What do you want?
Okay.
Chicken wings?
All right. God bless you. God bless you on this Sunday. Let's see here. December 7th, 2025. I'm Pastor Alvin White, Senior Pastor of Empowering Word Christian Center, Transition Prophet, and one of the leaders of God's Holy Remnant of these last days. And I'm jumping on before we begin service. I've been doing this for the last few weeks. This is another episode of Debating Charlie Kirk. And I have said over and over, I would have loved, I would have wished, that would have been one of my favorite things to do, is to debate Charlie Kirk before the whole world, And ladies and gentlemen, I've told you that Charlie Kirk, he was not a Christian. He did not die a Christian. He did not, and unfortunately he was assassinated, untimely death, and leaves behind his wife and 2 children, and such a sad thing, and he did not deserve that. And with that, as we continue to speak, he was not a Christian. And if you go back and watch the previous episodes, one episode, I expose his nationalistic theology, which was contrary to the Word of God. And last week I exposed his promoting and ties with false gospel Mormonism. See, the last days religion is going to be a hodgepodge of spiritualism, and they're going to call it Christianity. And that's what we're seeing. Are you ready to go on this journey today? Well, let's go in there. So remember, Charlie Kirk, founder of Turning Point USA. He's the founder of Turning Point USA, Charlie Kirk. And so let's talk about some things with Turning Point USA and further debating Charlie Kirk. All right, so when you go to the website, Turning Point USA, you can go there yourself, and you can go through the website, and it'll show you the advisory council members. It'll show you the advisory council members. And one of the advisory council members his name is Craig Jensen. Craig Jensen is one of the advisory council members of Turning Point USA. Now remember, Turning Point USA is supposed to be a Christian organization. It's supposed to be a Christian, a Christ-like organization, right? Okay, so let's go further. So who is, and when you talk about advisory council, these are people that are speaking into the organization, and they're helping make decisions of the organization, and they are I mean, they are the foundation of the organization from the standpoint of decision making and input and feedback and all of that stuff. So who is this Craig Jensen? Well, let's go here. Craig Jensen. If you go to his website, this is Craig Jensen. I am asked about Scientology. Oh, my Lord. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to want to make sure you like or love this video and share and send it out. Craig Jensen. We just saw Craig Jensen on the Turning Point USA. He's on the advisory council. When we go to his website, he says, I am asked about Scientology all the time. I enjoy talking about it, but my simple answer is, it works. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, Jesus said, not everybody who says to me, Lord, Lord, shall enter the kingdom of heaven. Not everybody that's saying that they're a Christian is a Christian. So again, just because Charlie Kirk said Jesus and seemingly said things about the Bible and seemingly declared himself to be a Christian doesn't mean that he was a Christian, okay? He says, this is Craig Jensen. He goes on, I encourage people to read the book and observe whether it helps them better understand themselves and others. Scientology is actually a body of knowledge about how life operates, and a person can use that knowledge to improve any parts of his life. It's not a belief system. It's something you can study and then observe for yourself and whether it's true or not. A Scientologist typically takes courses at the church to learn how to deal with situations in his life, good or bad. Scientologists sometimes receive counseling to help them deal with important concerns about their lives. But what really identifies Scientologists is their application to the world around them of what they have learned and the abilities they have gained in their church services. It's not about faith, and it's not just about learning. It's all about doing. I became active in Scientology in 1974. Personally, it has enabled me to not only achieve my goals as a programmer and business person, but to do that and still have time for family, extensive travel, volunteer work, writing and photography, projects, learning new things. I took up skiing when I turned 43 and helping others. If you want to know more, I recommend that you read Dianetics, The Modern Science of Mental Health and Self-Analysis by L. Ron Hubbard. Again, we're going to get to that name. Make sure you keep that name there, L. Ron Hubbard. Or you can visit the Scientology website, where there are loads of video clips and articles covering every aspect of Scientology. But the most entrancing resource of all is Scientology TV, broadcasting 24/7 what the media doesn't tell you about our religion. Again, Craig Jensen, Advisory Council member of Turning Point USA. Okay? So let's go further. What is Scientology? Scientology is a modern religion founded by L. Ron Hubbard, stemming from his book, Dianetics, that focuses on spiritual enlightenment. Look at that word. Look at that word. Look at that word. Enlightenment. through practices like auditing, which is counseling with an E-meter to clear negative past experiences, engrams, and reach a state of clear with advanced levels called operating theta. It involves beliefs about humans as immortal spiritual beings called thetans or thetans, and has significant controversy with critics calling it a cult, citing issues with control, alleged abuse, and conflicts with former members, while supporting praise its transformative potential. Okay? Now, if you really go deep into Scientology, it believes that there are other forces and beings in outer space, and we're here on Earth, and basically you just keep revolving your life to a higher power. People really never die. When they die, they come back and they just go and higher power. It's really, really interesting, ladies and gentlemen. But let's go on. There's a lot of news about Scientology, about abuse. There's an actor, her name is Leah Remini, I think that's her name, but Leah Remini. Anyway, she's the wife, if you ever watched the show King of Queens, she's the wife of the actor. And so in that, she came from Scientology, and she talks about the abuse, and she talks about the cult and the craziness. So look her up. Leah Remini, I think is her name, but you can do that. So why would a Christian organization, a Jesus Christ, we serve Jesus Christ, we promote the gospel of Jesus Christ, why would they have a Scientologist? Why would they have a Scientologist as an advisory council member? Like this is your board, basically. Because it's not about Christianity. It's not about Jesus. Well, let's go further. If you go to Turning Point USA, they have something called America Fest. America Fest, and they have it, and it's coming up. You see, it's coming up. December 18th, 20 through the 21st, 2025 in Phoenix, Arizona. America Fest. And you see, let's see, the biggest conservative movement. Okay? All right? So let's find out who's the speakers. Well, Vice President J.D. Vance. How is Charlie Kirk going to speak at America Fest, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, we have to get back to that one. Whoo, this thing is moving. You see Tucker Carlson. You see Steve Bannon, Donald Trump Jr., Vivek Ramaswamy, Jesse Waters from Fox News, Greg Gutfeld from Fox News, Ben Shapiro, Megyn Kelly, who made the video about justifying childhood rape because Jeffrey Epstein, because the victims were like 15 and 16 instead of like 7 or 8. Glenn Beck, who also is a Mormon as well. Well, I'm going to get back to this dude, Matt Walsh, and you see all these people, Russell Brand, Rob Schneider, these people, Ben Carson, you see these people, Roger Stone, these people, now, let's see, Secretary Sean Duffy, Ali Stuckey, Danica Patrick, who's a New Ager. We'll get into that another time. Todd Chrisley, remember him and his wife scammed millions and millions of dollars, and Donald Trump pardoned them. Y'all see Benny Johnson, he's a Attorney General Ken Paxton of Texas, Brandon Tatum. We gonna get into this. Oh no, you say you're a Christian? We gonna get into this. 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 I just want you to see all the people that are speaking at America Fest and just Greg Laurie. But let's go back up. Let's go back up because I want to focus on a person who's going to be speaking. And his name is Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone. One thing y'all don't want to miss is we're going to have live service. We're going to have live service today at Empowering Work Christian Center. It's going to be live only because of the inclement weather that we got early this morning. And so, who is Grant Cardone? Well, Grant Cardone is a dedicated Scientologist. Oh my gosh, there it is again. You mean to tell me that Turning Point USA has ties with Scientology? It's clear, ladies and gentlemen. You first have this guy right here who is a advisory council member, Craig Jensen, and now you got Grant Cardone, who is a Scientologist. Grant Cardone is dedicated Scientologist. In fact, he publicly discusses and is described as a prominent parishioner who integrates Scientology principles into his life for self-improvement, focusing on communication and decision-making, though he has faced legal issues regarding alleged forced attendance at church events. Cardone openly talks about his involvement with Scientology, even featuring in interviews with Scientology-related platforms. Applies principles. He is views Scientology as a practical tool for life improvement, enhancing skills like communication and decision making. It allows him to maintain his Catholic upbringing alongside it. So Grant Cardone has merged his Scientology with his Catholicism. Y'all don't see this? High-level involvement. He's considered a dedicated high-level Scientologist. Grant Cardone is the highest level that you can get to, who has supported church initiatives, including media production and disaster relief, with his wife also being a Scientologist. He and his wife are one of the high rankings. Controversies. Cardone has faced lawsuits alleging he required employees to attend Scientology events as a condition of employment, which reportedly settled out of court. Church stance. The Church of Scientology acknowledges him as a prominent parishioner, but states he holds no official position in its hierarchy. Okay, so Grant Cardone is one of the high-ranking Scientologists. All right, so let's go further. A message from Grant Cardone and Scientology. So let's go to his website. All right, he says, "Hey there, for all you have become curious or read or heard something about Grant Cardone's religion, beliefs in God, spiritual practices, and interest in Scientology, this site is for you. I wanted you to hear from my perspective, straight from me, rather than from some YouTube post or blogger. Using my name and Scientology with some sort of controversy, clickbait, for views of monetization. But first off, I am not a spokesman for the church. I don't work for the church. I am not a staff member, and I am not on church payroll. I make my living working for myself. I am a proud parishioner of the Church of Scientology. Like so many millions of other Scientologists around the world who use Scientology to improve their life. My entire life, I have been curious about God, purpose, spirituality, potential, what happens after this life, and much more. In fact, I have said many times the most important thing in my life is my spiritual development and relationship with God. I grew up Catholic in Lake Charles, Louisiana, where I went to church with the family every Sunday and attended Catholic schools. I still practice my Catholic upbringing today. I believe in God. I take great solace in the Bible and Jesus, and always and still Jesus has always and still is a source of inspiration for me. The two biblical verses that most influence me are Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, and John 14:12, whoever believes in me will also do the works that I do, and greater works than these will he do, because I go to the Father. I have always been fascinated about reaching my full potential and becoming the best version of myself could look like. Since I was a very small boy, I have asked a lot of big questions, most of which the adults could not answer, such as what happens when we die? Have we lived before? What is my purpose? Where does fear come from? And why are some people great while others are not? Over my 60 years, I have prayed in Christian churches, mosques, synagogues, Buddhist temples, and yes, at Scientology churches. By the way, while I am Catholic and a Scientologist, I am many other things as well. I'm also a husband, father of two, employer of 1,500, and an author of business books, a CEO, founder, and partner, and co-founder of 11 businesses. I am also a golfer and scuba diver. I love fine art, great political debate, Cuban cigars, going to a great fight and pulling pranks on people. Okay. All right. So I took a 200 question personality test, so on and so forth. And so I come and go as I please. The technology is amazing. I get to believe whatever I choose to believe, and it's affordable for everyone. These are people studying courses and using Scientology from every religion in the world: Buddhist, Baptist, Protestant, Mormon, Jewish, Muslim, Jehovah's Witness, Catholic, and every political persuasion. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is not a Christian. So the questions that he had, he's saying God couldn't answer in his word. This man is not sold out to Jesus. This man is not a Christian, but he will walk around and tell people he's a Catholic Christian and a Scientologist. The false end time religion is a conglomerate of spiritualism, and they all call it Christian. They just call it Christian. They're just saying this person is a Christian. This person is Christian. This person is Christian. Even though they believe in things that are contrary to God's word. And Turning Point USA and Charlie Kirk knows about it, and they knew about it, and they're involved in it. Let's go further. Have you ever heard of John Mappin and Camelot conspirituality? John Mappin. I'm going to tell you who John Mappin is here in just a second. John Mappin, the wealthy owner of Camelot Hotel in Cornwall, this is in the United Kingdom, so this is in Great Britain, is in the news again for his support for QAnon conspiracy, particularly toxic conspiracy theory, which helped stoked the Capitol Hill riot this month. That's called January 6th. Mappin also connected to pro-Trump and pro-Brexit group Turning Point USA. They have a turning point in the UK. Raised a Q flag over his castle, which must have thrilled his guests. He's a good example of conspirituality, the overlap of conspiracy culture and new age magical thinking, as I discovered when I was unwittingly visited his castle, Camelot, back in 2015. This is by a Jules Evans. Now, goodness gracious. All right. Let's find out a little bit about Jules. Let's find out a little bit about everything you need to know about the launch of Turning Point UK. This is this website, and it has hope over hate. Look at this. This is Candace Owens, Charlie Kirk, and this is Mappin here. There has been much social media chatter about the launch of Turning Point UK, the British branch of the pro-Trump American high school and college campus student organization. Despite the flurries of press interest, the chances of TP UK emerging as a force on British campuses, let alone with British politics more broadly, remains slim, especially when one explores the figures involved in the British operation so far. The official launch of TP UK was a 11 December 2018 invite only at John and Irina Mappin, Peter Southall, and Lord and Lady Plunkard, and was advertised as a gathering of political genius. Since the launch, TP UK has begun to take more formalized structure and has even been endorsed by a host of conservative politicians, including Priti Patel and Jacob Rees-Mogg, as well as Nigel Farage. Now, that I can't even go into that. I don't even have time to go into them. However, perhaps the central figure behind the arrival of TP UK is John Mappin of Mappin and Webb Jewelry Dynasty, who not only organized the launch event in London, but has also been earmarked as the contact point for high-end donors to the UK operation. Towards the end of their talk at the RAC Club, Turning Point USA founder Charlie Kirk repeated that potential donors can talk to John Mappin or some of our other very good friends in the room. All right. Despite being a British incarnation of an American organization, John Mappin, seemingly a key player of the UK launch, fits much better with a long-standing tradition of British right-wing eccentricity. British right-wing eccentricity. Goodness gracious. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. Are y'all seeing this? Are y'all seeing this? Okay. Let me, because I'm trying not to skip, because I'm trying to hurry up. So much so in fact that Leave FU donor Aaron Banks described Mappin as a total Fruit Loop in his book, The Bad Boys of Brexit, Banks claimed that Mappin told him he's trying to launch a super-powered brain control system that requires delivery facilities in 50 languages in every major city. Banks' comments are likely a reference to Mappin's belief as a Scientologist. In a Facebook post on September 2014, Mappin talked of a new breakthrough in scientific and spiritual technology made by founder of Scientology, L. Ron Hubbard. He claimed that this technology release is absolutely vital to mankind at this time, and that by somewhat unexplained methodology will refile misfiled memories, and with the outcome being the end of war, injustice, and hostilities on earth. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Antichrist agenda. Oh, Jesus. Can you not see? Can you not see? And they all call themselves Christians. So, let's go back to the beginning. You got Craig Jensen, Scientology. You got Scientology, we're going to look into L. Ron Hubbard. You got Grant Cardone, speaker, American Fest, Turning Point USA. You got Grant Cardone, Scientology, one of the big wigs. Grant Cardone is one of the big wigs of Scientology, and he's big friends with John Mappin. And you have John Mappin, who is the brains and the money behind the launch of TPUK. All of this is under Charlie Kirk. So who is L. Ron Hubbard? Well, do I want to get into that? Oh boy. So who is L. Ron Hubbard? L. Ron Hubbard did study and interact with Jack Parsons, a protege of the famous occultist Aleister Crowley. Ladies and gentlemen, Aleister Crowley is one of the greatest Satanists of our time. Jack Parsons is one of the understudies of the great Satanists of our time. L. Ron Hubbard was a spiritual Satanist. L. Ron Hubbard did study and interact with Jack Parsons, a protege of the famous occultist Aleister Crowley, and was deeply involved in Crowley's magical practices with Parsons, particularly during the 1946 Babylon working rituals where Hubbard acted as scribe, a person who writes it down and takes all the notes, and Parsons as priest to manifest a moon child. While Hubbard learned from Parsons, he never met Crowley, but his experiences with Parsons' occultism influenced early Scientology. This is how Scientology came to be. Blending magic with science fiction and pop psychology. Everything is coming true exactly the way Jesus talked about. Biblical end time prophecy. This is the falling away. This is the falling away. Now, let's go deeper. Scientology ties with right-wing ideology. While the Church of Scientology officially claims political neutrality, individual members often lean conservative, aligning with right-wing ideologies and social, economic, and business matters, leading to overlaps with Republican Party, particularly in areas with high Scientology populations. Do you see the ties? This is what binds them together. I told you I'm a prophet. And what did the Lord show me? Right-wing ideology is, this is the last days false gospel. Right-wing ideology. That's what brings them all together. Then you have biblical Old Testament theology, lies, conspiracy theories, New Age, Golden Age theology, AI technology, and then you throw in some Christian concepts. And the focus is to convince the world that Donald Trump and MAGA is Christian. Watch this. Oh, look at that. This is Charlie Kirk and Grant Cardone. This is Charlie Kirk and Grant Cardone. They were super close. Grant Cardone's 10X. That's his Scientology success thing. This is Grant Cardone and Charlie Kirk. Oh, it doesn't. This is Scientology Infinity. I'm going to show you this here. In Scientology, infinity refers to the eighth dynamic. Folks, they have, oh my gosh, demonic beliefs. The ultimate urge for existence as infinity, often symbolized by the number 8, the infinity symbol, upright or 8-pointed Scientology cross representing all survival urges. Do you know that Scientology took the cross and they modified the Christian cross? It's the final highest dynamic encompassing the spiritual realm and supreme being, reached after mastering the previous 7 dynamics: self, family, groups, mankind, life forms, physical universe, spirits. I mean, they believe in all of this. This is it. So Charlie Kirk knew this, and he was best friends with these people. He was very close with these people. They spoke at his events. Grant Cardone spoke several times at Charlie Kirk's events. And then you have Craig Jensen is on the board. He's a spiritual, he's a advisor, along with other Scientologists. And John Mappin launched Turning Point USA. And here's Erica Kirk. I just showed you this, right? I just showed you this. Here's Erica Kirk. Watch Erica Kirk. This is Erica Kirk with... Well, let me go back. This is Erica Kirk with Grant Cardone's wife. Do you see... Oh, can you see it? Oh, you can't see it. Do you see what she's wearing? Three infinity Scientology symbols. See it? This is Erica Kirk with Grant Cardone's wife with the 3 Scientology. Goodness gracious. Here it is. This is what the Bible talked about, called the falling away. And they had that ceremony for Charlie Kirk, and they think it's Christianity. They said it's a revival. Oh, it's a revival, all right. A revival of Satanism. A revival of New Age. A revival of incorporating all of these beliefs into Christianity. It's the last days religion. And if Charlie Kirk was alive, I would have asked him, why do you have Scientologists in your sphere, Turning Point USA? Why do you allow Scientologists? Why are you promoting Mormonism? And why do you half your team is Mormons? And why are you a nationalist? How can you say you are a disciple of Jesus Christ and you are involved in these false religions? But I didn't get that opportunity. And you know what? People can watch this and they still gonna follow and think he's a Christian, because it's the falling away.